I want to say this matters. Valve cancels the major. I know you guys are going to say, it's not canceling the major, they're just canceling the MRQs. Bro, they're literally canceling the major for anybody who's not in a top org. Like, look at this. They decided to scrap the major regional qualifiers. So now, nobody who's good can't qualify, right? I'll get into that a bit later, and I'll tell you what's gonna happen. Stay and listen to this. But I want you to let's see this, and I want to show you why I'm gonna be right. The same way I was right about CS, the same way I was right about the leaderboards, the Premier, the Facey cheating. I was right about FPL, everything. So let's just go through this, and then I'll tell you again what I'm gonna be right about. How this is super bad, super bad. Watch this. In a statement posted on Star Ladder website, Valve-brained idiots pointed out that one of the goals behind the VRS is to standardize community events so that they can be integrated with the majors. At this point, we believe that a separate qualification process for the major is both unnecessary and disruptive, the braineds from Valve said. Therefore, we've made the decision to cancel the fall 2025 MRQs. Instead, the 32 teams participating in the Budapest Major will be invited directly from the VRS. The MRQs for the Budapest Major were slated to be held online in Europe, Asia, and the Americas between October 16 to 19. These dates created a scheduling conflict with 3 big LAN events: CS Asia Championship, Thunderpick World Championship, and Mesa Nomadic Master Fall. The MRQs were introduced at the start of the year as a new major qualification event, replacing RMRs. Today's video is sponsored by RainGG. Rain is one of the fastest growing CS2 case opening sites. Besides fun case openings, they offer game modes like case battles, upgrader, and doubles. Rain gives players free daily, weekly, and monthly cases. If you sign up with my code LOBA, you get 3 free cases and 5 deposit bonus. The site supports instant deposit and withdrawals using skins or crypto. If you want to try Rain, click the first link in the pinned comment and use code LOBA to claim your rewards. Please remember, loot boxes sites can be addictive, so make sure you're over 18 and only spend money you can afford to lose. Good luck. A key difference between MRQs and their predecessor was that they could be held online, which was the case for the Austin Major. It remains unclear how this change will affect the regional distribution of major slots moving forward. Following the results of the first 2 stages of the Austin Major, Asia was supposed to have an extra slot for Budapest at the expense of the Americans, while Europe will stay at 16. According to Star Ladder, further updates about the invite distribution for Budapest will be provided after the Austin Major. The invite date for the second major of 2025 is October 8th. Okay, now let me just go through it to explain to you why this is bad. First thing why this is bad is because Valve didn't think about everything, because if they did think about everything, you wouldn't be waiting for updates. So at the moment, Valve doesn't know, and nobody knows, will it be from the list, the top 32, for when you go for the ranking, will it be like this, Valve ranking, and then you go like this, or will it be by regions, because like this, what's gonna happen, you're gonna have only Tyloo and Lin Vision and Rare Atom from Asia, only 3. You're gonna have from America as well, less now, right? Oh, you're gonna have Mongols as well, but you're gonna have from America who? FaZe, right? And Liquid, Furia, MIBR, Complexity, Pain, how it's got FlyQuest, they're from Australia, and that's still 32. And then you're gonna have 31 Navi Junior, and you're gonna have Navi there. Right? So that's the point. So, as I said, Valve did not really think about what they're doing before they did it. So FaZe is a EU team, but it's a NA org, right? So Valve did not really think, will it be by region or will it be by like top VRS? Because if you go by region, this is by region, it's different. Americas is different, and Asia is different. How will it be? Will it slots be like split, or will it just be who's in top 32? That's it. So the first point is Valve developers are very much brain dead, as everybody knows, and we have established that over the last 2 years. They can't fix the game. They can't even make the leaderboard work. They post season 2. Season 2, you can't see stats for 3 months. Blah, 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 blah. Everybody knows they are incapable brain deads, and that's okay. We understand. But now they do this, and what's happening is it's basically killing anybody qualifying to the game. So if you're new at the game of CS, and you're like, yo, I'm gonna go play CS, I'm gonna improve, I'm gonna get my buddies, us 5, we're gonna grind, qualify to an event, try to play, you can't. You have to go tier 3, tier 2, match fixing, cheating, most of the events online. Valve don't have an anti-cheat, so you're playing now events, qualifiers, online to get in. This is only good for the orgs that are already on top. So who's already here? They have a huge advantage over everybody else. And now you don't have where to qualify to the major, a way to qualify, except playing whole year events, paying money to go to LAN events. If you qualify, you have to pay them. You need to get sponsors. You need to get a way to make money, while there's no sponsors in the game except gambling, skin cases, trading, shady sites, which Valve doesn't support. So you got now in top 10 shady sites supporting, full gambling sites supporting these pro teams, and those sponsors are against Valve's TOS, but Valve is okay with that. And now they're making it even harder for new people to grind up into the major. Now, that's one thing. Second thing, you as a new player have nowhere to qualify to get into a pro team, to get good, to improve. Because you don't have FPLC, you don't have FPL, and now you don't even have like an RMR. Back then you had, if you remember, Draken, Rez, and the Swedish guys who were, I don't remember their name. We can check their name, Draken. Their name was, I remember, that was like on the RMR. It was amazing when that was happening. It was, I think it was this, CG, right? Yes, it was this. Cringe Gods. Cringe Gods, PGL Regional Minor Championship. It was a minor back then. And they played versus Penta. Penta was with HS back then. No, it wasn't. It was Top 7. But I think later it was HS. And they played this. I remember watching this on online. They had qualifiers to the major. They didn't have sponsors. There was just 5 dudes who were grinding. Face it. They saw the qualifier to the major. They went to qualify. And they managed to win some like legit teams. Where you had Devil, Fuchs, Body. Like you had legit teams. And they as a stack. You can see Rez, Draken, Zechny. I remember this. Rezex, Moken. And their coach was Chile. And they managed to qualify. Now you don't have that anymore, where a talented stack of friends, players can qualify to events. You can only get invites. And on top of this, most of the tournaments where you grind for versed points, they as well don't have qualifiers, but they invite people who are in VRS. So how does somebody new, like for example Bad News Eagle, qualify to a tournament like a major? They can't. So now you're gonna have tier 2, tier 3 cheating, match fixing, staying there, not exposing too much. You're gonna have the same teams over and over playing the same event, the major. They're not even gonna have to grind hard. Like bro, you have to be literally brain dead to not be in the top 30 here. Like literally you have to be a complete noob to not be in the top 30 here. So for example, Mouse now, they don't even have to play. They don't even have to grind. They can be like, bro, we're in the major for the next 3 years. They lay back, they play the major, they play a few events on the side, and they dodge most of the events. They're gonna stay in top 30. They're gonna stay in top 30, they're gonna grind, they're gonna get to the major, get the money from the stickers, and just lay back and like, ooh, that's easy. Like, the scene is now very trash with skill. Here, Simple didn't play for 6 months, he's coming in, and he's qualifying to the major. Falcons are out. Falcons, Monesi, Nico, best players. We have been grinding hard, millions invested, putting everything in the game. Simple was like threesome, foursomes for a year. Came back like, okay, let me prepare for 2 weeks. Came here, qualified better than Falcons. like, brother, Valve have destroyed Premier, right? You have, like, at CSGO, you had matchmaking, it worked, you could play Wingman, you had community service, you have something to play there. Now, you go play CS2, it's cheater after cheater after cheater, and you saw that Olofmeister was tilt, and he said, why play this game? Why anybody play this game when it's full of cheaters? And even Olofmeister, who's a super nice dude, was being critical of Valve and called their developers sons of which is very true. And even he said it. So then you have Premier broken, you have Faceit full broken, no FPL, no FPLC, full of cheaters. Where does a new player grind, improve, qualify, and go pro? Now this is okay. Now these teams can get money from stickers from majors. What happens in 3 years? What happens in 3 years when there's no new faces? And even now there's no new faces. Simple is still the most interesting personality. You're not getting any new personalities, any new players, any new nothing within the pro scene. How is this gonna be even better if you continue killing qualifiers, killing a way for new up and coming players to show up? How is it gonna get better? How are you gonna get anything, bro? This is the worst thing they could do for the major. But I'm not surprised because Valve said they want to kill franchising, right? They are against franchising, and then they franchised everything. And again, let me show you this. So if you think I'm wrong, you can just come to my brother Flutter, because Flutter is okay with me leaking our DMs. Sadly, I can't leak DMs of tier 1 pros where I don't want to put them in a problem, where they're telling me, yo, I have to accept gambling deals on the side now while streaming so I can pay money in the org. Then another dude is telling me, tier 1 pro, he hates Blast, hates going to the events, has to go, can't say anything publicly. Thank you, Loba, for saying it. Saying how the game sucks, how he barely plays the game, he's more on a racetrack, stuff like that. Pros are saying all the time in private, and they're disgusted how bad the game is. Look, he asked me for a D-Market contact. I give it to him later. I asked him, CS2 dead scene, zero motivation, just hoping one day it gets better. Till then, God bless casinos. How a game is cooked, how bad it is, living life. Brother, it's just super noob friendly. Nothing you can do really. You see even simple struggling 0.70 rating. There is just no skill at all. Nobody wants to accept it. Big vagina is full of imbeciles, brother, babies. May God help us and give these nerd programmers mind. And when he says nerd programmers, it's about Valve brain-dead developers. So I know Flutter won't be mad that I showed some DMs. I would love it if I could show from others, but the orgs are fining the pro players if they say anything negative about Valve or about tournament organizers. They get a fine. It's like, you're not professional, you're criticizing, so you can't criticize, you have to be, silent, take the money, act like you're enjoying the game and you're playing it, So this new update from Valve, they can stick it up their mother's ass, the same way they can stick Premier up their mother's ass and CS2, which sucks. And thank God we can play Counter Classic Offensive, which is free, and we have a community that can play that. Because this stuff sucks. The game sucks. The major getting boring. Now you're going to have the same teams at the major every time. As you can see, like the top 10 are always the same. And enjoy watching pros who don't even have stress. Will I make the major? Oh, I need to qualify. I need to play. Oh, I need to grind. I need to get better. No, now they're like, oh, I'm at the major. Chill, nice, easy. I'm at the major. I don't even have to do anything. Oh, thank you, Valve. Okay, let's count the money. And then Valve counting money. You know why they did this? Because they're mad that, for example, Falcons now are not there. It's gonna be less money. Because Norbert told me they made for Rio Major only 50k, but I know a team before that who made 500k for winning a major. So depending on what's your name, that's how many sticker capsules are bought, and that's how much money Valve makes. So this is them making sure they make the most amount of money they can. It sucks, bro. It sucks. So that's my little rant about this.